I think the last time you saw me was about a month ago in the Elephant Road, part 1. Well, today it's time for part 2, and you're going to catch up with me and James as we drive south from Mopani camp to Oliphants camp in the centre of the world-famous Kruger National Park. And as its name suggests, Oliphants is famous for its elephants. We were raided last night. Some nefarious animal came in and enjoyed the fruits of our labour by raiding our fridge and our outdoor kitchen and the bin as well. So we've got about 5 minutes to go before the gate opens, and it looks like we're going to be out reasonably early this morning before the sun comes up. So while we're waiting for the queue to subside, because it gets quite busy leaving the gates, it's when they open, and they open today at 6 o'clock. We're going to just take 5 minutes, drink our coffees, and peruse the map to figure out exactly where we're going today. There's not much light, unfortunately, because the sun isn't up yet. But Mopani camp is in the bottom right-hand corner, where James's glasses just appeared in your screen. And we're probably going to go up the Shogololo loop, which is where the lions were seen yesterday. And the reason we're going to go there, not somewhere else, is because lions are lazy and they like to hang around. So potentially we might bump into them. And I like the name of that loop. The Shogololo is a African millipede which comes out after the rains and has, I believe, some sort of cyanide or nasty tasting material in its shell, so is pretty much not eaten by anything. So I don't know if it's because I haven't been in the bush for a while, but I'm feeling very impatient, and I think I probably need to fight that instinct and patient the down.
Technical that is it?
Well, we just had a little bit of a moment trying to get past a herd of elephants. We were driving along the road, minding our own business as usual, and we saw a calf in the distance, and an irate mother ran from, a good 300 metres away straight towards us and chased us down the road a bit. It just goes to show you can't be too careful with elephants. Just go slow, take it easy, look for the signs of any kind of anger, trumpeting, trunks in the air. And she's trying to cross the road. We've moved forward a little bit and I can see her on the left. She seems a lot calmer now, but we're kind of stuck. We can't really move forwards while she's dominating the bush on either side of us, and we had to reverse quite rapidly, and you can see the scene here. I mean, we're not really that close to them. You probably can't even see them. Probably can't even see them in the camera, but they're just off to the right, to the left here of the road. Exciting times in Africa. So we're attempting, this is attempt number 3 to get past the herd, and they're about, James says 10 o'clock, he's keeping an eye out. There's a couple more down here actually that are far away. Our irate female is looking at us, but she's 100 meters away, 80 meters away. She's not moving yet. So if we can get past, hopefully we can stop disturbing her. She's looking at us, just keeping an eye out to the right.
She's moving this way, not rapidly, but...
Any other direction. Thankfully I've got, yeah. So we can move forwards much faster than we can move back. So she's chasing us. But luckily she's not as fast as we are in this direction. And we're only doing 25 k's an hour. And yeah, I think we're well out of danger now. So that's one of the things I guess you have to remember is in a big vehicle like this, a four-wheel drive, you can't actually go backwards necessarily as fast as you can go forwards. I mean, 20 k's an hour backwards, 25 k's an hour if you're lucky, because of the low range or the lower range or the low gearing of that reverse. So it's easier to escape an elephant, if that's a rule, by going forwards away from it than going backwards away from it. Top tip there. On the way back to Mopani camp, ostensibly for breakfast, but actually what we're doing is retracing our steps. And we're where we saw the Nyala earlier, and we're retracing them because you never know when another animal might come back to a place you've been before. And so often when I've been in the bush and I've come back down the same route, just the different play of light, the change in shadows, and the different way you look into the bush can reveal animals that you might have missed the first time around. We're looking at a buffalo roadblock, and just me talking has made them sprint off towards the river. I'm sure James is pretty pissed off with me at the moment, but they're running across the road, a big herd of buffalo. Fantastic. You can hear their hoofs. Hooves. So we've got more buffalo on our right. We've intersected the game trail that the herd was running down, and we're photographing out the right window down sun, and they're all eyeing us as buffalo normally do and protecting the calves. But what's interesting about this particular herd is they're hosting some yellow-billed oxpeckers, and if they come closer I hope to get a picture because they're actually quite rare. It's normally the red-billed oxpeckers that you see on large game here, and you can hear them chirping quite loudly on any kind of large animals. So when you're walking through the bush, if you hear oxpeckers, you know you're around something big. But it's great to see yellow-billed oxpeckers. Again, I haven't seen them in years. I can't tell you how many years. While we're sitting here waiting for the buffalo to cross the road, which they may or may not do, I'm conscious that the scenes that I'm getting through this 400 on a full frame body are quite wide. So I'm anxious to keep the trees, the tops of the trees in the background in the frame, and the buffalo as well. So what I'm doing is I'm moving the focus point of the camera to the bottommost focus point. So I keep the feet of the buffalo in the shot and the tops of the trees at the same time. Well, this herd of elephants given us a real treat. There's a youngster, a couple of youngsters with them. There's a tiny one here who is busy displaying in front of us. And we're a little nervous after this morning when we got chased. Very unfairly, I thought, by probably a first-time mother. These elephants, on the other hand, seem to be very relaxed. And the youngster is making a sweet spectacle of itself in the low Mopani trees next to this waterhole. Well, we managed to blunder into a leopard. We did see some scat on top of a road sign earlier, very bloody scat, which indicated a cheetah or a leopard. It was quite big, so probably a leopard. And sure enough, 100 metres on, we've seen a big male leopard in the road. Now he's just crouched down here in the sagebrush by the side of the road. And we're hoping he's going to walk out across the opening in front of us, if we're lucky. But I'm quite sad to say that we had to leave the leopard slumbering in the grasses there on the side of the road. We didn't really see much more of him after he disappeared into the grass. And having about 47 kilometres to go until we reach Oliphants, it really highlights the beauty of staying in one camp for long periods of time, which we're not doing on this trip, not because we don't want to, but because we couldn't get a booking. Staying in one camp really allows you to explore the area, spend a lot of time at the sightings, and just not be rushed around. James did an absolutely amazing job just now in the most boring sort of flat Mopani scrub where we were trying to get to the next camp. He spotted a leopard lying by the roadside in dappled sunlight, late afternoon sun, which looked absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping we got some shots of it. But he's totally blown me out the water with his spotting and wildlife spotting this afternoon. It's been fantastic, and thank God someone was awake. It's been a great day driving south from Mopani to Oliphants, capped off by this incredible sunset over the Oliphants River. But as always, there's adventure ahead. So I'll see you next time in the Elephant Road, Part 3.